Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to episode 635 of Film Bastards. My name is Ian, and as always, I'm joined by...
Mark, hello everybody!
Hello, one and all. Bex will be with us in a little bit. So, what have we got this week? Got a little bit of catch-up. I couldn't record this Wednesday just gone, I want to say. Yeah, that's right. So...
Yep.
So we've had to take about a week and a half in between records. So we've got 4 reviews, and one of them's even more of a catch-up anyway. So we're going to be talking about Evil Dead Burn. Mark and I have seen that, and Mark and I have seen The Invite, and Mark and I have seen Minions. So actually, the only thing that Bex has also seen is our catch-up review of Finding Emily.
Yep.
Okay, all right, that's fine. So while Bex isn't here, we'll talk. We'll just talk about those films as much as we can, so we're not boring Bex. We'll also talk about trailers, what we've been watching, and all that good stuff as well. We are a Pod Syndicate podcast, so please do listen to like-minded shows such as Chinchilla vs. Punter, The Rewatch Project, Entertainment Landfill, The Good, the Bad, the Odd. And without further ado, I'm going to get straight into a review, and I'm going to do the one that I think Bex probably really doesn't want to get spoiled on, frankly. So, let's go. Let's talk Evil Dead Burn, directed by Sebastian Vanacek, and starring Sohaila Yacoub, Tandy Wright, Hunter Doohan, Lucian Buchanan, Errol Shand, and Maud Davey. After the loss of her husband, a woman seeks solace with her in-laws. That's Letterboxd. That's not right.
That's not right, no.
No. Okay. So just skip that.
Yeah.
So basically, you've got a guy and his brother and their partners. They all have an argument one night at one of the brothers' birthday party, and one of the brothers basically runs over a deadite. A deadite that appears to be specifically targeting getting hit by the brother. There is a funeral, and the wife of the brother is not doesn't really want to be around. She was on the outs with the brother anyway. There was some domestic violence issues, and most of the family seemed to hate her. And then deadites come to the house. That's basically it, really.
Yep.
So, Evil Dead Burn, directed by Sebastian Vanacek, who made a film from a few years back that I haven't seen, basically because it's called Infested. And this is essentially Evil Dead does French New Extremity of the noughties. It's an interesting one. Mark, what do you think of Evil Dead Burn?
Genuinely one of the most boring experiences I've had in the cinema for years. It's barely an Evil Dead movie. It constantly relies on just kind of like gleefully kind of just having gore there, to the point of where about halfway through it you're no longer kind of like icked out by it or anything like that. You're just there going, oh, that's happened, is it? Brilliant, cool. Well, what's going to happen next? It's
just on that point real quick, just to kind of address it. I was real, I think I'm going to be thanks I hate it for about the first half, and then it just becomes it does actually become boring.
Yeah, it does. It's
something.
It's an hour 50 minutes long. I think I might be right in saying that the original 3 Evil Dead movies are an hour 31, an hour 26, and an hour 21. They're really short. There's no story to it whatsoever. It's just a selection of just what can we do to make this feel icky, and what can we do that's going to be gory now? And it's just real. It is this all you've got? Because it feels like you've made all this up on the spot, and none of it makes any fucking sense whatsoever. And it just seems like see that on set there was a lot of this is great. There's a lot of pat on the back going, this is amazing. Oh, look at this. It's really gnarly. And it's gonna be horrible and all this. This is people are gonna be people are gonna think this is disgusting. It's like, no, everyone's just gonna be bored. It's genuinely. I was. If I didn't have another, if A, we weren't covering it for the podcast, and B, I didn't have another film that I was seeing straight afterwards, I would have walked out. And not because I was disgusted by it or anything like that, just because I was really, really bored. What did you think of it? There's a couple of nice shots, but I don't think there's anything in this that is new or interesting or intriguing or doing anything other than just basically as an audience participation thing of going, so what?
Yeah. Look, so on Letterboxd I gave it a 3 out of 5. But in thinking about it, yeah, I'm maybe not sure why. I think, like you said, there's a couple of action sequences in it which made me think I'd like to see him direct an action film. I think that could be interesting. It's also maybe got a couple more stabs at humour that Evil Dead Rise didn't, but still not nearly enough. It is weird how the Freddy fucking what the director's name Fede Alvarez. I kept on thinking Rodriguez, and it's like it's not that at all. Fede Alvarez is one, and then Lee Cronin's one. Both just miserable as fucking sin.
Yeah.
And these, Evil Dead 1's pretty rough, but Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness are comedies. And it feels like that's been completely thrown out. So I was glad that there were a couple of moments. Like, I thought the fact that they did the guy bashing in the girl's head with essentially the music from 2001 playing, where the ape beats the other ape up to death.
Yeah.
Was like weirdly inspired, and that did make me laugh. But it's completely inconsistent in terms of what the Deadites can do. There's the bit where the mum seems to get possessed, infected by one of them by kissing him, which was rough, but also a fucking fantastic effect. Like the guy, his jaw, you could see it, and it's just the muscle fucking kissing her. That. It was pretty well done. But it's then she's kind of infected, but then she isn't for a bit,
and then
it didn't feel like it was playing a trick on her. It kind of felt like she then just gave in again, because it does the whole I think the lad got killed, and then she was like, you told me he wouldn't be her. And it was like, what, so you made a deal? What's happening here?
Doesn't make sense.
No. I mean,
there's quite a few moments like that in it where you go, fucking hell, this is just a badly made. The problem is, it's not a badly made film, but there's bits in it where it's like you're not interested in any form of consistency within this movie, because, for instance, your last great shot at the end is her lighting the cigarette with the lighter that she fucking blew up the house with 10 minutes earlier.
Fair point. I mean, I will just say before I forget, it really made me laugh that I don't think it was intentional though, that she's like looking for the weapons and the Kandarian dagger, and then literally it's got Kandar written on it. That was great. And it's also, how about we throw some trauma in, because that's a hot thing to do. So you've got a domestic violence subplot in there, which was absolutely unneeded. The fact that by the end it's like, all right, and what? So now we've got a big bad Deadite who is the ex-husband, and he's basically been walking there for the whole thing, even though he's a Deadite and can probably get there quicker.
Yeah, and he's the Terminator, especially.
Yeah, and then he's just a fucking CG thing at the end. I mean, I will say my experience was also coloured by, I'm going to be quite frank here, a mother and son who I think actually might have been inbred sat in my row, really, really, really enjoying the gore.
Fair, I suppose.
Like making some noises which really weirded me out, and I looked at them when the lights went up. They looked like each other. That, like, I'm pretty sure they were mother and son, and I cool, man. But like, so, but the thing is, by the end, they were weirding me out more than the film, and that's a problem. Evil Dead Rise is one of the grimmest films I've ever seen, and it is
effective.
Like, and effective is the word. This, it goes so full on, and just like, oh, we're just going to be gory. We're not going to be scary in the fucking slightest.
No.
We're just going to be gory. And then, hey, do you know what? We'll also throw in some dog violence, because it's a big thing on the internet about, like, does the dog die? You know what? In this one, the dog dies. Oh, no.
Yeah, it is with the dog thing. It was a little bit. My brain, but straight away, just went full fucking David Brent. Ooh, you're hard, meme with it.
In it though,
and it was just a bit like, oh, you're gonna do that thing where everybody says, whatever you do in a movie, don't kill a fucking dog. You're gonna brutally kill a dog, and then you're gonna do it again. But it's a deadite.
And it was fucking horrible, man. Like, it just
unnecessary.
You don't need to do that. And you know, the directors put up a photo of him on Instagram with the dog, and like, I get it. He doesn't necessarily like want to kill dogs in real life or anything, but it is exactly that David Brent thing, just with the corkscrew as well, man.
Yeah.
And, like, the fact that the dog was whining as well beforehand. You know, if the dog was growling at him, I don't know. Maybe that actually would have made it a little bit easier to deal with, but it was just the fact that the dog was obviously already, like, in the film, was upset before it happened. But hey, that is pretty triggering for me. So, you know, your mileage may well vary there. But yeah, it's a bit of a try-hard film with a main actress who I'm fairly sure was cast because the director wanted to fuck her. I thought the dad, that guy, was quite threatening. Like, it understood the assignment. Everybody else really, really forgettable.
Yeah, everyone. Nobody is outright crap in it. There's nobody that you look at and go, that person was terrible. Maybe the husband. He wasn't very good. I spent the entire time looking at it and going, I know that's not Chet Hanks, but it could be Chet Hanks. But I mean, the grandmother character was just. You think this is funny, don't you? And it's just not. It's just pointless and weird. And I know that at some point she's not going to have like her teeth in, and she's going to be going at the screen. It's going to like, really, like, just, it's. There's an element of it where I was kind of watching it going, is it like, we watch quite a bit of horror, because quite a lot of horror comes out. And I don't think that I am, like, anti-horror now, or anything like that. I just think that there's an element to this of... If it had been 90 minutes, I could maybe have got on board with it. I probably still wouldn't have liked it, but I'd have probably gone, do you know what? It's doing its thing, and it's not for me. But it isn't 90 minutes. It's 20 minutes longer than 90 minutes. And so that just means that it's got an extra 20% of just nothingness. And you get to a point where you're watching it, where you're just going, all right, so you just... there's still like another 25 minutes to go. You're just going to keep showing me... Like, there's a bit in the film, remember, we're all spoilers all the time, where you get the power tool bit, don't you? You get the power tool bit, where she gets the strimmer, that for some reason has an angle grinding blade on it, so I'm not right sure what's going on there. So she gets the strimmer, and then immediately doesn't use it.
Yep.
Just, yeah. Also, she's weirdly overpowered, which makes no sense. Like, she takes way too much abuse and is just able to essentially kind of just run it off without any form of, oh shit. Like, she gets her ear perforated with a pen and there's ink going in her ear, and then she just pulls it out and it's just like she's fine, she can hear fine and everything like that. She's alright.
Yeah.
And it's just... It's really... They're almost like you feel like there needed to be somebody, a producer on set, going, nah, we've gone too far, but we are very much just you're flogging a dead horse a little bit now, and like I say, there's nobody in it that's egregiously bad, but nobody's that good in it. You don't make a real connection with anybody, because all it's interested in doing is just killing people, but not once, not twice, 3 or 4 times with each person. And there's a sequence where the dad keeps shooting himself in the head, and I'm watching. One of those is quite fun. The second one, okay, but the third one is a bit like, I don't get what you're trying to achieve here. I just don't get it. There's just an element of, I think if you could speak to the guy and say, what was it? It's like, oh, it's just, it's gnarly, isn't it? Like, grow up. Just fucking grow up.
Yeah.
You had the chance to make an Evil Dead movie, which is a very much cherished horror franchise, and this is what you made, where the Evil Deadness of it is the complete afterthought of what you're wanting to do, and that baffles me. There's a sequence in it where effectively we're following the main girl, what's she called? Alice. Where we're following her as she's kind of crawling away from the dad deadite trying to get a piece of information out of the son by just throwing him around the room. And we're following her getting away from it. And I think that is actually quite interesting, that bit. But it would have been interesting if the entire film was literally just focused on her perspective of everything. But it's not. And it's almost like, I don't get why at that point you decide to show some creativity or some restraint of going, well, I'm not going to show you all of this that's going on. But then it just doesn't make sense. So the Deadite can sense this thing, right, that he has unpacked at the start of the movie, and they can sense it, and that's why they get drawn to that place. But they can't actually find it when they're there, but he doesn't know where it is, but he unpacked it. It doesn't...
Did he unpack the dagger, or did he just unpack the book?
But but that's it. It must be the dagger. Because it says that they hid this. He's reading from the text. If it's just a book.
All right.
If it's just a book, it doesn't make... that doesn't make sense then. And also, the guy's like hidden it. I get it, he's hidden it in with a bunch of other knives. But, I don't know, maybe sand off the bit that says what it is.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah.
There's so much of it that is just like... Did you have a script or a story? Or did you have a storyboard of gore you wanted to do?
I mean, I don't know. It's weird though, because there's another one coming next year, and there's a post credits in this where the mum from Evil Dead Rise comes back, even though she was fucking destroyed in the last one. So, and next year's one though is not a sequel to this. Apparently, it's set in the 70s.
Great.
So, I don't know what they're doing with these. They seem to be wanting to start to turn them into ones that they can actually just churn out like every year or every couple years.
And anthology films that have no interconnected link, but it's just, here's some Deadites.
Yeah, I mean, look, this one... so, Evil Dead Rise did about 26 million opening weekend in the US. And, you know, a few years ago when things were coming back post-COVID... You know, this has opened to 13.5.
Yeah, it's done, I think, worldwide it's done 27 million.
Which, you know, these films aren't expensive.
No.
But that's still really, really not great.
No.
And it's going to drop off a fucking cliff next weekend with The Odyssey. And I don't know, it's odd, because I'm not going to say, like, I think I'm getting too old for horror or anything like that. There's been, you know, Obsession and Hokum, just two off the top of my head that I've
really
enjoyed
good horror
so
films.
far this year, you know. But they had the trailer for Ice Cream Man, the full trailer that I hadn't seen before in front of this. And that is some real, just fucking grow up. Like, Eli Roth, how old are you?
I mean, Eli Roth, let's face it, Eli Roth is is the most bro of filmmakers, isn't he? He's I'll say the same thing. I had the trailer for Ice Cream Man before my screening as well, and watched it and just went, I don't care. That looks shit. I get it. You're making a trauma movie, but I don't think you need to, mate.
And it's interesting because a couple of weeks later, after that comes out next month, we got Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma, which I've heard people say, I've not actually got on with Jane Schoenbaum's films before, but this one actually worked.
Yeah.
And like that's like, oh fucking A, great. That will do. And there's some really, really interesting voices in horror and genre cinema at the moment, and they are pushing things away from what Ice Cream Man and Evil Dead Burn are doing.
Well, that's it. I literally...
But it's also not elevated horror.
No, there was the...
There
was the trailer for that one... essentially the Gay Panic horror movie, which I can't remember what it was called now.
Leviticus?
Could be that one, yeah. And that looks intriguing.
Yes.
And then you had Ice Cream Man trailer, and I was like, that looks shite. That I don't get it. That looks like It looks like I know it's a remake, but it looks like a trailer from in the middle of like a fucking Grindhouse spoof. And then you had the Resident Evil trailer after that, which on the big screen, I liked it when it came out and I watched it on my TV. But on the big screen, I was like, this looks fucking ace.
That fucker in IMAX is going to be amazing.
Yeah, it just looks. It looks fucking brilliant. That film. That got me. Trailer on the big screen. I was like, fucking let's go.
Yeah.
So I was pumped. I was pumped. Going. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I'm all right. I'm in the mood for a fucking bit of horror right now. And then the opening bit of this where they've got the two guys at the what is it, and there's the nihilist with the fishing rods. I was like, oh no, don't like this. I'm all right. And then you've got that weird cut to the girl's ass,
where it's like a jump scare as well.
Yeah, I was like,
I forgot about
that thing came out of nowhere. Yeah. So yeah. That was a bit...
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, it was a bit weird. And, like, there's certain bits of this movie where I do think that bits were in the script and then they went, oh, shit, we forgot to make it out like they're brothers in that scene. Right, quickly, they're brothers. Remember, they're brothers. Because when he was like, I was like, wait, why? Are they just there to be supportive? Wait a minute. Oh, it's his brother. That makes still no sense.
And there was kind of like the one brother was with the one girl, but like used to go out with the other girl, and like they bring that up as a point of tension.
Yeah,
and that's not even really used by the Deadites.
No,
which I thought was just good. Like she was going to do like Deadite 1 was going to come onto him or something like that, and literally nothing.
Yeah, I dare say it's a little bit. I just, totally, it didn't sit right with me, to be honest. It seems to be, oh, look, this guy was the writer, he's a real fucking pussy. And then the only time he ever stands up to anybody is to literally smash his girlfriend's face in.
Yeah.
You know, won't shoot his, let's be honest, textbook fucking absolute alpha male dad bullshit looking guy. Won't shoot him in the head, who keeps calling him a bitch and keeps calling him a pussy, but will smash his wife's head in. Or his girlfriend, maybe. I think it's girlfriend. I think it's girlfriend. It's just a little bit, it was all a bit, a lot of violence towards the women in this. And then the guy's violence is either committed by themselves or, like, that guy has a lot done to him, but a lot of it's kind of, like, off-screen.
Well, yeah, that guy, like, it's all the throwing him around and whatnot. It's like that one shot that was basically the teaser trailer.
Yeah.
Where he's being flung around all over the place, and then she goes up in the loft and it's happening. Yeah, you're right. But again, it feels like it's because it's trying to push buttons. But the funny thing is, so few people seem to be that bothered by watching this film that there's no discourse about it whatsoever.
No. I'll be honest, my screen was, I mean, it wasn't busy by any stretch of imaginations, but it's a Sunday and it's a really, really nice Sunday, and I went to see a fairly early screening after a lot of people will have been out watching the England games. I didn't expect it to be that busy. But there was still maybe 15, 20 people in my screening. Yeah,
I probably had the same, but like 4:10 on Friday afternoon, you know, and again, really sunny. And inbred couple, mother and son, having a great time.
I had a woman sit down next to me at one point because she clearly had got the wrong... There were sat two things behind it, but her partner was also wearing a cap backwards. And she walked, before the film started, she got to the bathroom, walked back up there and sat down. And then I said, "Oh, you alright?" And she went, "Oh shit, sorry." It's fine.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I think I need to revise down my rating. Like I say, it's got a couple of decent sequences, and that's all I've really got.
Yeah, I'm shit. I hope it's in my bottom 10 of the year.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I liked it marginally more than you, which is like very surprising to me, frankly. But yeah, like it was a little bit grow up, and it's a different filmmaker doing Evil Dead Wrath, so let's see what happens there.
Yeah,
I think they are definitely flooding the market on these films, and they need to pump the brakes.
Who is doing Evil Dead Wrath?
It's another like up and coming
Francis Scaluppi. What did he do? Last Stop in Yuma County.
No fucking idea.
That's a weird one, because that's like a... Not seen it, but that's like a noir western. Oh, that's interesting, at least.
Yeah, fucking hell, man. Like, Wrapped in May doesn't come out till April. And I mean, that's the thing as well. Like, this being positioned in the summer movie season was real fucking weird as well.
Yeah.
Like, this feels like a March or April or September or October thing.
Release it the second week in October, or release it the first week in March.
But instead, we'll put it out a week before the Odyssey.
Yeah. Maybe it was counter-programming for the World Cup.
Moana. The World Cup, yeah.
Moana, God, that exists, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it probably... I mean, like, to be fair, it probably doesn't help that England have gone further in the tournament than maybe some would have expected. Like, last night at cinemas in the UK must have been fucking deserts.
Yeah, I mean, we were driving... Actually, I was driving home last night at... I got out of work at 8:30, so I was driving home about 6 an hour to get home, and it was, the roads were fucking like dead. They're never usually that busy at that time of night, but they are usually like, there was barely any cars on the road. It was weird. And like Wednesday, is it an 8 o'clock kickoff on Wednesday?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm at work till 8 o'clock, and I have a feeling that it's just going to be just really fucking quiet.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah. Look, shit, how was the poll?
50-50 between definitely not shit and shit.
Okay.
Which I can see.
Yeah.
I can see... No, I can't see why you wouldn't be bored. but I'm glad people like things.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, quite. I don't know. Like I say, I mean, like I was kind of on the edge of it as well. So you know, if you, I don't know. I'm like, if it was like 20 years ago or something like that, and I was just like coming out of uni, just done my dissertation on what I did my dissertation on, maybe I would have gotten on with this more. It does have that thing of, if it wasn't an Evil Dead film, this would be on a Saturday night at Fright Fest.
Yeah, 100%. And people would be complaining that it's too long.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Okay, let's move on. Let's change tack just slightly, and let's talk about some Minions. So, Minions and Monsters, directed by Pierre Coffin, and starring Pierre Coffin, Trey Parker, Alison Janney, Christoph Waltz, Jeff Bridges, and Jesse Eisenberg. This is the rambunctious, ridiculous, and totally true story of how the Minions conquered Hollywood, became movie stars, lost everything, unleashed monsters onto the world, and then banded together to try and save the planet from the mayhem they had just created. I'll start.
Only just twitch very quickly. It's only just twigged with me that the guy who directs these movies is the same guy who does the voice role, and I don't know why that's never twigged with me.
Oh yeah,
because I knew that was the guy who directed it, and I knew that was the guy who did the voices for the Minions. But it's only just clicked.
Look, so, this film has got its heart in its right, its heart in the right place, and is absolutely a blank check to the filmmakers behind the Minions franchise for them and the Despicable Me films. So this is a bit of a free hit. It's also actually had a decent second weekend at the US box office. It dropped less than 50% after an underwhelming opening, so that's also being seen as somewhat promising. Word on this before it came out was like it's the best of them. It's weirdly cine literate and is a tribute to like the films of Hollywood's past and whatnot. You know, which it is.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't stop it from being fucking boring. The kids in my audience not really getting on with it at all. Literally, the only laughs I heard were the repeated references to the one minion being called Dick, which, you know, was fine. It was a good running bit. I thought this was really, really boring. I've got no idea who it was made for, apart from an audience that these films are not made for. I mean, David Ehrlich, noted contrarian critic online, said that his son laughed at the Citizen Kane reference, and I just thought, you must have a fucking fun household.
Yeah, that is the movie equivalent of somebody claiming that when they go and see a band that they used to like when they were a kid, and when someone goes to see fucking Motorhead with their 15-year-old kid and they put on a post on Instagram saying "raised them right," and it's like, no, you haven't. You've henpecked them until they fucking like the bands that you like and tell them that their bands, every band they like is shit. Is what you've done.
Yeah, and I mean, like, to be clear, I think his kid's like 6 or 7 years old. You know, like, it's not like he's a teenager. Like but look, I found it really boring. I watched Lottie age the fuck out of these films in real time, which was something. She was really up for this, and like by the end of it, she was just like, I don't want to go see those films anymore.
Which is fine, yeah. That feels right.
You know,
she's now both too old and too young for them at the same time.
Yeah. Look, I thought it was really disappointing. I like these films. It's not hard to get a laugh out of me with Minions, and this film made it really, really difficult. Mark, thoughts?
You're right. It's really quite boring. It doesn't. The Minions don't need to make sense. The Minions movies. You essentially, I think we spoke about this last week. They're slapstick. You essentially put them in a situation, and you have it just go a little bit. You have everything just go wrong because of them. But then what they seem to have done here is put them in 3 or 4 different situations and created sort of 3 mini movies that gradually get less interesting as they go along. And then you introduce a is it Goomy or Gnomi or something, the little monster thing?
Yeah.
And
Gooby. Yeah.
All I thought about that was, oh look, it's a toy that's easy to 3D print.
Sure.
That's it. That is why all of these new little characters like this look like that, because they're easy to mass manufacture out of one material without adding anything else into them. It's frankly insulting and kind of pathetic now on this. I have no problem with people liking the Minions and bits like that. I was intrigued by this just to see, because the word had been like that it was not that it had anything to say as such, but that it was just it was like a passion project bore out in Minions. Like, I read a thing that somebody had put on saying it's if Illumination did Babylon. It's like, all right, that's interesting. That's got me intrigued enough. And I kind of already planned to go and see it on the Tuesday morning when I was off work. So I thought, fuck it, I'm going to do it. Partially because Dunkin' Donuts have a really good offer where if you buy a coffee and a donut, you can get another donut for £1.
Nice.
And so that's like 2 fucking donuts. It's like, it works out at like under £5 for 2 donuts and a coffee. And I'm kind of like, that's pretty fucking good, that. But yeah, it's really quite boring, and it's only 90 minutes long. it's really weird. Like it's. It feels like it's all action all the time, but then it's basically somebody telling you what's happening constantly as well.
And it takes fucking forever to get going as well. Like by the time they're like the Gooby wherever the fuck's around,
it's a good 2/3 of the movie.
I was gonna say that's got to be about an hour in,
yeah,
where like the actual plot actually kicks in.
Yeah, it is. It's about. I would say it's about an hour in. It's about 2/3 of the movie in, and then it actually comes out. But the worst bit that's what I mean. It's like you've got this opening movie, which is them like trying to find a master to serve. Then you've got the them arriving at Hollywood, and then you've got the Goomy bit. But the problem is, they gradually get less interesting as they go along. Towards the end of it, where you're just going, please end. Please end. And that's weird, because they're usually quite engaging. And it's almost like, you don't start going, fucking hell, where's Gru? But you're a little bit going, this might have run its course now.
I'm gonna quote the David Ehrlich thing, like, this movie got my 6-year-old son to shoot orange juice out of his nose because he was laughing so hard at a Citizen Kane parody.
That's just... is that a brag?
It's weird.
Is it a
it's
brag?
Weird. It's weird is what it is.
Yeah, it is a bit weird.
How does your son get that reference?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what he's supposed to be. He's trying to say.
Yeah. There's almost an element of. Do you think that people are impressed by that? Like,
I mean, his friends probably are.
There's an element of. There's my thing with things like that is, you know, when you see people like walking around in like ostentatiously like designer gear. So you see someone walking around in a Balenciaga or a Moncler top that is just over the top with all the logos on it. So they are really going, I am wearing this designer brand and this t-shirt cost me 200 quid. Look at it, look at it, look at it. And the thing there is, nobody's impressed by it, and the people who are impressed by it think that it's fake. So that comment is, nobody's impressed by it, and the people who you think are going to be impressed by it think, I don't think that's true, mate.
Yeah.
You know, not only why is your 6-year-old watch Citizen Kane? Get your kids to watch Citizen Kane, not a fucking 6-year-old. That's weird. The other bit there is, I'm not sure 6-year-olds have the cognitive abilities to be able to associate that with that, unless you have literally made them watch Citizen Kane over and over and over again. In which sense, the reason why your kid is getting bullied at school is because you make it watch Citizen Kane over and over again.
Yeah. It's just, even if it's nothing to do with the reference to Citizen Kane and the kid just thought it was funny, what happens in that bit? He drops the snow globe and then says banana or something.
Yeah. 6-year-olds are more likely to think that's a reference to The Simpsons than they are Citizen Kane.
Yeah. Look, you know, I didn't love Toy Story 5, but holy fucking shit, would I watch Toy Story 5 again before I watch this?
Oh god, yeah.
My god.
Yeah. And again,
my god.
The thing is, I'm a I don't think I've seen all the Minions movies. I might have done. But you're a Minions fan, aren't you? You enjoy them. That their brand of comedy
they make me laugh.
tickles you. So yeah, it's real. It's real weird. I did laugh at the George Lucas asking if he can come out of the thing, and I'm going no, was quite funny. But then I was also watching it going, I know who George Lucas is. I know dads know who George Lucas is. Yeah. Do the kids know who George Lucas is?
Of course they fucking don't. But filmmakers think that these guys think kids know who George Lucas is because they knew who George Lucas was when they were kids. So kids now must know who George Lucas is.
It's a little bit of that. Whereas a bit like, did I know who George Lucas was when I was a kid? It's like, I kind of did. But I feel like that's because George Lucas was like the Indiana Jones and the Star Wars guy. And he's still the Indiana Jones and the Star Wars guy. And I think that kids still do watch Indiana Jones and Star Wars. But I don't think they know, at the age that this film is going for, who George Lucas is. And I don't think they need to know who George Lucas is at that age.
No, I mean, that's it, you know. It's like Disclosure Day. A lot of the marketing around that was from Steven Spielberg, you know. And it's like, that will not play to anyone under the age of, I'm being charitable, I think saying 30. It's probably more like 35. But that's not going to play to anyone these days. But, you know, from the director of Obsession, from the creator of Backrooms, from the director of Sinners, they will, you know, and it just these things move on, you know, the you know, leave the past to die or whatever it is they say in The Last Jedi, you know, let the past die, you know, and that's you know, that's absolutely fine. We're all fucking Stardust, baby, you know, who cares? But going back to this, it's like, if it was fun, if I got the sense that kids in the audience were enjoying their time with it, then I'd just be like, yeah, it wasn't for me. But I got no sense from that audience in that screening that they were really, really enjoying it. Certainly not as much as like Toy Story 5.
That's the thing, is this movie is what I cannot stand of kids' movies. And it is something that happens far too often, is if you're making a kids movie, which Minions movies are kids movies, if you are making a kids movie that is more aimed at the people who are taking the kids than the kids, you have already failed at your core objective. Make the movie for the kids. And the parents, if they enjoy it, great. If they don't, tough fucking shit.
Yep.
But don't make the kids movie where you go, we're going to have that, but we're going to have fart noises and bits like that for the kids. Because it's like, right, so what you're basically doing is you're going, kids are dumb, they'll laugh at anything colourful. Well, but kids they are fucking dumb, but they're not that dumb. No kid is rewatching Minions Monsters, but they will rewatch the other ones.
Yeah, agreed. Shit. Really, yeah, not really disappointed, but there we are.
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you what. Let's break it up just a little bit. Let's talk about what we've been watching. If you maybe want to do yours that you've done solo.
Ooh, I haven't actually done anything solo.
Oh.
Because the ones I did solo were all like the main review ones.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I've got a lot, though, actually, that we've watched.
Shall I do my solo?
Yeah, go on.
Or, yeah, okay.
Yeah, do your solo, and then we'll come into the invite after that.
Yeah, okay. That sounds good. Don't you tell me how to run the show. Okay, so, I'll do this in order. So yeah, Blank Check are doing Andrew Stanton at the moment, which is an interesting choice. And they covered John Carter last week. So I watched John Carter for the first time in a long fucking while. Have always had a lot of fondness for John Carter. And I stuck it on, and like Dom kind of came in the room and was like started watching a little bit, and she was just like, I remember liking this. You know, it was like, yeah, you know, and Yeah, so do I, and I do. The middle third is pretty fucking slow. It really gets plotty, and they go here and learn this bit of information, then they go there and learn this other bit of information. But I really like the old school adventure feel of it, which is very much helped by Michael Giacchino's score. Again, Dawn was like listening to the score, and she was like, "You don't get music like this in films a lot these days, like really swelling orchestral kind of stuff." And she's right.
No, yeah, you don't.
And I mean, this thing's only 14 years old, you know. I think Taylor Kitsch isn't bad. I think he's got some really good chemistry with Lynn Collins, who is pretty underserved by, you know, she's she's smart and she can handle her own, but the minute she sees John Carter, she just kind of like collapses into a puddle, which is, I don't think is aged very well. But I think it's got some really good action in it. Dominic West is the bad guy, who's just this like brute who just wants to wreck shit, but Mark Strong keeps on going, no, not yet, and he's just getting increasingly frustrated by it. It's very good. Willem Dafoe as Tars Tarkus, which he did entirely in mocap on stilts. Fucking rules. And Wooler, the dog thing, is great. Really good wraparound like this as well, where it's like a bit of a mystery about like he died suddenly, and then Edgar Rice Burroughs, his nephew, comes in. Like, there's a bit of a mystery there. I really like John Carter, but like I say, you know, there is a bit where it slows to a crawl. So, you know. Okay, Argo. It was on Netflix, and it was like, I haven't watched this for a good long while. Really good, solid Hollywood entertainment, you know. Like, kind of crowd pleasing, but serious, but like definitely has a lighter touch as well with the whole making the fake movie kind of thing. John Goodman and Alan Arkin have some good comedic stuff here to kind of alleviate the seriousness everywhere else. And a really, really nice score by Alexandre Desplat as well. You know, it's something that this won Best Picture, and obviously, like at the time, it was quite controversial that Affleck didn't get nominated for Best Director, but this won Best Picture almost out of a sense of kind of like goodwill for Ben Affleck, which is odd, but it's how Hollywood do. But you know, it's a solid film. If it was released now, you'd be calling it one of the best of the year. So, you know, there you go. Argo.
Yeah, it's so weird that Ben Affleck has got 2 Academy Awards. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, screenplay and produce and picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
Shit. Yeah. He'll probably get another at some point.
Yep.
Okay. I could see him doing a supporting actor, like down the line over the years as like a fatherly figure or something.
Yeah.
And absolutely rock it.
He'll end up doing like a fatherly figure like role in Matt Damon's directorial debut and end up winning an Academy Award for it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, then watch the Blair Witch Project. I got the Second Sight Blu-ray. I'm about an hour into the 2.5 hour long documentary, which I'll be honest, I could maybe do with it being a bit shorter. I'm finding it quite hard to get through. But the film itself, really interesting this. So on the Second Sight Blu-ray, there's a choice of 2 cuts. You've got the theatrical version, and then you've got the festival cut. And the festival cut has got some stuff taken out, some stuff put in. But most interestingly, this was not transferred to 35mm. So the footage is basically almost like the raw footage. The stuff shot on video looks shot on video in terms of the frame rate. And then the stuff on black and white 16mm is like 24 frames per second. So you've got this like really quite like visceral experience of the Blair Witch Project, where it does feel like you're watching these home movie kind of things, and I thought it brought you into the world quite well, actually. So I would definitely recommend, if you're going to watch the Blair Witch Project, seek out the Blu-ray and give the festival cut a go. It cuts out a little bit. If I remember correctly, it cuts out the explanation for the guy standing in the corner, the Rustin Parsons.
Oh yeah.
And which is it, because it's like, if you watch this and you didn't know that, it's like, why the fuck's he just standing in the corner there? That's like, and does that make it creepier? I don't know. But they then also add some extra stuff around the bit where the map gets lost, where like they really fucking tear each other to pieces. It's like, fuck, this is really uncomfortable. And yeah, it's an interesting vision of the film, which is a very good film, which has lost little of its power. I'd say it's still very effective.
Nice.
Okay, moving on. I then caught up with Cuckoo from last year or the year before. Directed by Tillman Singer, who also wrote it, who I don't know. Directed Luz in 2018, and a couple other things. Yeah, I don't know him, but stars Hunter Schafer, Dan Stevens, Jessica Henwick, and others. So basically, Hunter Schafer plays this girl whose mother has recently passed away, and she's now living with her dad and his new wife. He's just taken up an invitation by Dan Stevens to stay at his hotel kind of residence, and because he's doing some design work for him, but Dan Stevens has other motives, and creepy shit starts happening. Mad bastard of a film. This I quite liked it. Got some real fucking Argento around phenomena energy to it.
Nice.
Like a lot of really trippy stuff. The main villain's look is, or creature's look is ace. Dan Stevens, don't know what the fuck he's doing in this, but he's having a great time. Fair play. He takes on some interesting projects. It's creepy, not particularly scary, but it's got a good atmosphere to it. I don't want to say too much more, actually, but really enjoyed it. And yeah, I thought Hunter Schafer was good as well. Okay, and then randomly, again, it was on Netflix, and I was looking for something short to watch the other day. Devil.
The set a lift film. Yeah. The film that everybody thinks was made by M. Night Shyamalan, but he's just a producer.
Yeah, and story by.
That's
and amazing Dark Universe-esque bit of hubris that I completely forgot. At the start of this, it says like a logo for the Night Chronicles, and then says 1. This is the one they did.
It did alright as well.
Yeah, no, it did. Yeah. Look, it's not good.
No, I remember it being shit.
But it's quite fun.
Yeah, it's short though, isn't it, as well? Like, it's really short, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 75 minutes before credit. Chris Messina as like the cop, kind of like trying to work out what the fuck's going on. He's a good time in it. I like Chris Messina. It's always good to see him and stuff, and he's giving good value in this. And it's like I remembered who the devil was in it, but I'd basically forgotten everything else around it, and I thought it got nicely intense, and it's pretty goofy. but passes the time fine.
Nice.
It's all right. It's Devil. Just the Night Chronicles Part 1. It's the only part.
Where's Part 2, you cowards?
Yeah, absolutely. It's also 16 years old, this fucking film.
Fucking hell.
Time is a bastard.
Fucking hell.
Right, only a couple more. As slightly out of order, I'll just say I rewatched Thief. Don't need to talk about Thief too much. We talked about it quite a bit on the show. Man was 35 when he made it.
Fucking hell.
That's pretty amazing. Brilliant imagery. The Tangerine Dream soundtrack fucking rocks. James Caan is just brilliant in it. And the 4K looks ace. So, Thief, always a pleasure. And then finally, caught up with Is This Thing On? So, the Bradley Cooper film that just came and went. I'm glad he got it out of his system, I suppose. So basically, this is very loosely based on how English comedian John Bishop got into comedy. Even though, like Bradley Cooper has said, basically the only stuff was he started doing open mics and his wife turned up without him knowing about it to one of them. That's about it. And yeah, so Will Arnett is this guy, the John Bishop substitute, who he and his wife, played by Laura Dern, decide to separate early on, and he's basically just looking to go to a bar to have a drink, and he's told if he signs up to do open mic, he can get in without having to pay the cover charge. And then he finds it an outlet for for his problems.
But it was for he was going through a separation, wasn't he, from his wife at the time, and found it like an outlet
Bishop.
of that,
Okay, yeah.
And then now they're remarried.
Yeah. Look, the first half of this, I was like, I don't see why people were so shitty towards it. Like, I'm having quite a good time here. Arnett and Dern, even though they're separating, you can still see that there is potentially a spark there. They've got nice chemistry. Then, just a bit of a spoiler alert for Is This Thing On? The wife seeing him at the comedy club thing happens about halfway through, and then they fuck, and then because she finds it hot, and then the second half is basically them fooling around with each other again, but not making it official to anybody. And then there's a little bit of, are they actually going to get back together or not in the last 20 minutes, which is kind of half-arsed. So the plot just completely dies on its arse. He shags another one of the stand-ups, and he's talking about it in the set, and that's not even a point of annoyance or conflict later on. She's just like, yeah, fair enough, we were separated. So it just turns into, there is a scene in this where they're staying with friends of theirs for the weekend, and you get about 90 seconds of Andra Day, Sean Hayes, and another guy making breakfast and singing Amazing Grace. And it's just I feel like they were just like, oh, this is a great naturalistic moment, where it's these friends just kind of connecting and singing with each other. And I'm just like, I do not fucking care. This film is 2 hours long. It's over 2 hours long. Where is the rest of the plot? Oh, there isn't any. And it's a shame, because Will Arnett and Laura Dern are real good in this. I really, really enjoyed both of them. Also, Bradley Cooper has a supporting part in it. His character is called Balls, and he's a bit of an idiot, and I really enjoyed him as well. It completely just runs out of any narrative juice, and then you've got another hour. and the stand-up stuff even like starts falling by the wayside. It just really becomes about them. You maybe get like 1 or 2 scenes of him doing stand-up, and also what doesn't help, frankly, is his sets are shit. And it's like the laughing he gets. He's not getting rapturous laughing, but he is getting people are into it. And you're all right. Like I say, I'm glad Cooper got it out of his system, and it's almost a bit of a shame as well, because now he's doing an Ocean's prequel, and I'm looking forward to that. But also, Star is Born and Maestro, and Is This Thing On, feel like 3 films from the heart. Is an Ocean's prequel? Probably not, but also he probably needs something a little bit safe that he's able to do some stylish stuff in. I'll really enjoy it.
That's it. He needs to make a movie that's going to make a lot of money so he can do the next passion project.
Yeah, no, exactly that.
The fuck up he made was making Maestro for Netflix.
Yeah, too right. Yeah, but then nobody else would finance it, so you know what you're going to do. But Is This Thing On? It's not shit, but it's way less good than I thought it was going to be after that first hour or so. So yeah, pretty disappointing in all. Right, that is me. Do we have Bex at all?
She's got home. She's just getting changed out of her uniform. So we can do start on the invite if you want.
Yeah, let's do the invite. Okay, so the invite is directed and I believe screenplay written by Olivia Wilde. Stars
no, she didn't write it.
Olivia Wilde. Oh, did she? No, she didn't. Of course, she didn't. Rashida Jones and Will McCormick did.
Yeah.
And it's based on another film. Seth Rogen, Olivia Wilde, Penelope Cruz, Edward Norton. Joe and Angela's marriage is on thin ice. When they invite their enigmatic upstairs neighbours for a dinner party, the night spirals into unexpected places. Mark, the invite.
It's really fucking good. it's really fucking good. You've got that kind of like, dare I say it, for the opening credits, there's it's got a bit of a, and I don't think this actually comes across when the film starts, but there's a bit of a French New Wave sort of feel to it, but also via the way of Woody Allen back when he was good, kind of vibe to that. But then the film starts, and it's a really well made directed film. It's just got this energy that just pulses through it throughout their entirety. It just goes like a fucking train. But effectively, it's just people talking. And they're actually talking about quite a lot of actually it's just people actually shouting at each other in terms of like the couple, but then all of that is building towards sort of stuff that comes sort of later on, which kind of makes sense and makes it quite kind of meaningful within it. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. What did you think?
Absolute fucking banger, this. If Olivia Wilde just wants to make kind of indie, great looking, like, comedy dramas with, like, good actors for the rest of her life, that'd be fucking brilliant. I'm like really, really pleased with this. It is by a distance my favourite of her 3 films. Like ridiculously so. Looks brilliant. Like the shot on film aspect of it really pops. I was worried about the score at the start.
I quite liked it. It's really in your face, isn't it?
Yeah, but I was like, is it going to do this for the whole film? And then it doesn't. No. And it was like, all right, fine. It's being deployed where most effective, and that's great. I thought that all the performances were ace. Like, Olivia Wilde's a very good-looking woman, and she very believably plays a woman who feels like she hasn't been looked at sexually in years.
Yeah, that's it. She's still got the character's still got an underlying level of confidence that she's hot, but she's also like almost like leaned into the idea that she's maybe not.
Yeah. But you do get why she and Seth Rogen would have been into each other. Like, by the end, with the spoiler alert for the end of the film, them playing the piano together, it's like, this is like, maybe they're actually going to be all right. This is fantastic. This is a lovely way to end it. But it gets the farce stuff done really well as well. Seth Rogen and Penelope Cruz, that whole section where they're like pre-coitus is amazing. Just, and again, it is Seth Rogen just playing that "how have I found myself in this situation" thing that he's done often, but he does it very well.
Yeah.
But also they add some real acidity to his character.
Oh, he's a prick.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's a prick, and you've never really seen him do that before.
No,
or at least not in anything I remember.
No, he's often almost like the nice version of what that would be in that situation. Whereas in this, you're watching it going, "Oh, you're a dick. You're just a dick."
Yeah. I mean, he's saying some super hurtful stuff. But that, I mean, like Ed Norton, his monologue towards the end, which apparently he basically improvised, is wonderful.
Yeah.
And really cuts Seth Rogen down, but again, not in a fuck you kind of a way. It's really sad. It's all played so well, and it feels like they really marinated in the characters and kind of got into it, and it definitely feels theatrical.
Yeah, but in a good way.
But in a good way, it does feel like these are performances that they really worked on, and they took time to get right. And again, like I say, I mean, like, the look of it was shot on Kodak film, and it
looks fucking great.
Like it looks brilliant.
I mean, there's some genuine, like, fucking full blown laugh out loud moments in this film.
Mm-hmm.
Like the bit where Olivia Wilde takes a souffle out of the oven and just throws it straight in the fucking bin.
Yeah.
It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, and really underplayed as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really liked that. I was convinced that Ed Norton and Penelope Cruz were like fucking with them or wanted to get their apartment somehow or something, because like he does. Norton earlier on is like making references to the fact the place is a lot bigger than theirs.
Yes.
But then it's like, no, they are True Blue offering this situation.
Yeah.
And I liked that Penelope Cruz and Ed Norton, they had no maliciousness in them whatsoever. And all of that fucking acid was with Olivia Wilde and Seth Rogen. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, no, it's great, and I like the fact that literally there's a really clever bit that happens within it where almost like to start off with Seth Rogen seen as like the figure of fun at the start of it, and then as he becomes more and more, like you say, acidic as it goes along, Ed Norton takes on the role of like the figure of fun. There's a great moment where he comes in to say something to try and calm it down when Penelope Cruz is doing like essentially like the therapy session, and Olivia Wilde just turns around to me and goes, "Oh, fuck off, Hawk," and he just walks off and then hides behind the sofa, and then the next moment you see him is when she goes, "Come on, Hawk," and he just comes up from behind the sofa. He's so good in this film. I mean, all of them are fantastic in this film. But there's just some of his facial expressions, like with the bit where they agree to do like the separate rooms bit, and Seth Rogen's like me and you go into that room then, and she's like, yeah, and she walks off, and Norton just does like a flick of the eyebrows to what is it to Seth Rogen, and it's almost like he can't quite compute. They play off each other really, really well, and then yeah, he seems to have the one-upmanship on him without ever actually meaning to at any point. Like, he's not being a dick. It's just, like you say, he's just... There's no artifice to him. And then when Rogen thinks that he's found the artifice, it turns out it's not. and it makes him look like a dick.
Ed Norton can do non-cynicism so well. You look at A Complete Unknown or like Moonrise Kingdom and whatnot, and it's like he's this character who, in Fight Club is like the proto cynical kind of like almost nihilistic fuck everything guy.
Yeah.
And that I feel like that's kind of like stained him for a while, but you look at the stuff he does. I mean, like his performance in A Complete Unknown, he's wonderful in that, and he is again here. And it's just you think he's going to be pretentious, and he's just not.
No, it's
good.
He's a fascinating actor in the sense of you almost feel like there was a point where he was going to go on to be like the defining actor of his generation. And it's almost like he went, nah, I'm alright. And I mean, he literally says that it's excuse me, that it was the post-Fight Club years, the like 3 or 4 years that he had after that, where it just didn't click for him. And he did the wrong movies. And then after that, he decided, I am never doing a one for them, ever. I don't need to. I'm not somebody who needs to do a one for them so that I can do the other ones, because I'm not. Acting isn't how doing one for them isn't going to help me pay to do the ones for me. I don't need money. He comes from an incredibly wealthy family. And so there is kind of that element to it. But yeah, I'll say it, all 4 of them are brilliant. My MVP is Olivia Wilde. Like,
yeah,
she's so fucking good in this. She gets over just the... You can tell that she basically, the minute that they say, we're into other couples, that she's like, I want to fuck him. Like, she does not hide it at all. And they know it. Seth Rogen knows it. And it's just... But it's done in such a... It makes sense. As watching it, you're going, yeah, we know it. But it's really engaging. You can see why she's interested in like something different, because the film has got this idea of the fact that she just doesn't leave that place. That almost like even to the point of later on in the film where Seth Rogen's asking her, "What do you do during the day?" And she doesn't actually even give an answer for what she does. Like, it gets... So basically, it's like, she's got nothing. And like you see, he's just... Don't get me wrong, he has some great funny lines, and some of his responses to things that are happening where, like... I think the political says, it's not about the sex. And it's like that. He's like, well, it kind of is. And there's some, like, it's not personal. It's like, sounds pretty personal. He's just saying the things, like, I think that... almost like an inner monologue would be saying, but he's just saying all out loud. But there's almost an element of you're gradually becoming more of a dick, and like the reason why your relationship is failing is because of you. And he has the whole monologue of, I just, I didn't think my life would turn out like this, and I'm miserable, I'm a failure at all this, I'm a failure at all that, and then she basically just calls him on all his bullshit, and you as an audience watched it going, she's fucking right, mate.
Yep. She's
right, because your band didn't work out. Most people's don't. It's genuinely, it's really engaging. It looks fucking fantastic. The score at the start, I fucking loved it, where it's just over the top and in your face, and you're watching it going, fuck it, I'm on board with this. It's propulsive, the score. It gets it going, and then the doorbell rings, you're like, fucking hell, this is great.
Yeah, it's a great cut to the title as well.
Yeah, the ring doorbell bit. I don't think they have that. They do. We've literally got one. No, you don't. I'll show you the video. Don't show me the video. He's got like surprise bits in it that just jump out at you. A real nice surprise of a movie. This.
Yeah, too right. It's doing well as well, which is nice to see. And it's just kind of like a starry, low, mid-budget comedy drama made for adults, like Uda Funk.
Genuinely,
good stuff.
Yeah, if Olivia Wilde does things like this and doesn't, I think Don't Down just seem to be. I don't think that's a bad movie. I just think that it's a sophomore effort, and it got out of control. It ran away from her. This, like you said, it's by far her best movie, and it is really, really, really well directed.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, absolute, definitely not shit.
Yeah, 100% definitely not shit. It's one of the best of the year.
Yeah, I'd agree with on that. I'll be very happy if this isn't in my top 10 or 5 of the year.
Yeah,
our audience
I'd be really, really pleased if it's not in my top 5. Yeah,
our audience poll 50-50 between definitely not shit and shit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd rather be on this side for this than
for Evil Dead.
Evil Dead, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Bex is here.
Hey.
Cool. Hey, dude, you alright?
Yeah, good. You?
Yeah, all good. All good. Right. So we've done I think we've done everything that you wouldn't have had a voice in.
Yes.
So, I tell you what, let's do some trailers.
Yeah. Let's do some fucking trailers. Where are we?
What have we got?
What have we got? There's not been that many, has there?
I don't think there has. They're saving them all for this week.
Yeah. There was a new Godzilla Minus Zero trailer, that teaser.
Yeah, it looks like this is actually a direct sequel then. Like, it's the same cast are back and everything. Yep. That's great.
Yep. Looks good. I mean, it just looks good. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be ace.
Yep, so you're right.
Did you watch the trailer for The Wrong Girls?
Yes.
Did you think, while you're watching it, aren't all of you people too old to be doing this movie?
That's exactly what I just thought. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, looks like every single cast member should be 10 years younger than they are.
Yeah, and I think 10 years is generous. It's... real... I don't dislike anybody that's in that. But Kristen Stewart is... she's 36 years old. So maybe 10 years. Maybe 10 years is about right. But I could even say 10 to 15 years. But it just... I watched the trailer going... This looks shit. And, like... being stoners and being like early to maybe mid-20s, fine, but when you're in like your mid to late 30s, there's an element of it's a bit weird. This now, just real. Why wasn't this made 15 years ago? Shit to that one. What else?
Yep.
What else have we got?
Hope.
Hope, yes. I've watched this, but I've actually forgotten what it is.
So this is the one directed by the guy who directed The Wailing. His first film in like a decade.
Oh, God, yes. I remember it now.
So it's a monster movie that somehow has Michael Fassbender and Alicia Vikander in it as well.
Yeah.
I've been spoiled on their roles. I'm not going to say anything. But yeah, this looks like a fun action film, but apparently it's 2.5 hours long.
I was about to say,
a little worrying.
it's 2 hours 40 minutes long. It's 160 minutes. Why is it 160 minutes?
Because it's South Korean.
That's a fair point. Yeah, The Wailing was 156 minutes.
Yep.
Oh, I'm kind of looking forward to that, and now I'm just thinking I don't know if I can watch that.
I will, but yeah, it looks decent. It looks like it's going to have some good action in it. It's just like that's not going to be all the 2 hours 40 minutes, is it?
No, there's going to be a lot of shots of nothingness that go on for too
long. Teaser trailer for Buddy.
Ooh, what's that? Ooh, what is that?
It's a horror film where a
it is.
Barney the dinosaur-esque thing called Buddy is killing kids.
Yeah, of course. Is it more Resident Evil or is it more Ice Cream Man?
I mean, it looks more Banana Splits movie.
Oh, does it? Wow, that's one for you, Bex.
Yay.
Idiots, Macon Blair's new film.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always interested in what he's doing, so...
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no, it looks funny.
It looks fun.
Decent concept.
Yeah. Good cast as well, to be fair. And Peter Dinklage.
Dave Franco and O'Shea Jackson Jr. I'll watch them.
Yep. Mason Thames has always been good in everything I've seen him in so far. Yeah, fuck it. I'll give that a go.
And I've only got one other.
Yeah, only got one other as well, which is the biggie, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed. Dune Part 3 coming out there to just rock everybody's balls off. Bex, what are you thinking about this?
I mean, it just looks magnificent. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to my rewatch of the first two. I'm looking forward to essentially getting to watch them as a trilogy. Like, I think number 2, from what I can recall, because I've not watched it in a while, it does feel like a middle parter. And obviously getting the third one out there puts it into context. But yeah, the trailer looks mint. I'm interested to see where the story goes as well, because obviously Dune is a well-known story, but this is based on one of the later books, so it's going different places. So yeah, I'm really excited for it, to be honest. It looks fucking mint and dramatic as fuck.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be 3 hours long.
Yeah, better be.
Yeah, too right. Looks ace.
Yeah, yeah, it does it.
Very. Sorry.
It's wild that that we've got that Zendaya's got 3 movies out this year, and there's a strong chance, there's a possibility they could end up being the 3 biggest movies of the year. It's, I mean, fucking fair play.
What else?
Yeah,
What else
absolutely.
Odyssey and...
Spider-Man.
Oh, it's new Spider-Man out.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. She's in.
That's out in like a couple of weeks as well.
Yes, not long. She's in 2 films with her husband, and she's in 2 films with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. Fair.
Nice work if you can get it.
Yeah. Yep. And also, this what I think is interesting about this one, though. Try quickly. It does very much look like the main character is actually Florence Pugh, which is intriguing.
I'm just well up for Timmy, like basically being the tragic antagonist of this. That's super fucking interesting to me.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see as well, on a side note for it, what he's like on the press tour for this.
Whether he's been humbled by his experience, or whether he's still acting like a dick.
Which way he goes with it, yeah. It could be quite interesting.
I think it's lovely that since the Oscars he's just been living life and just like, you know, going to every New York Knicks game.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Popping up in fucking World Cup commercials. Just
I
like
think the only bit of it that I was a bit like, so I'm like, yeah, I agree. Apart from when he said, you know, who needs to win an Academy Award? I'd take this any day over. And it's like, mate, it seems like you really need that Academy Award if you're still thinking about it.
And he's not going to get nominated for Best Actor for Dune Part 3, so we are going to have a Timmy-less year, I think.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll see. Cool. Okay, yeah, Dune Part 3, fucking pumped. Amazing that we've, you know, had... Did we have a trailer for this before? Have we already had a teaser? Yes, we have. Yeah. The fact we've had 2 trailers for this... And all we've had from Doomsday are those fucking whatever the fuck things they were. In front of Avatar and whatnot.
Yeah, Steve Rogers will return. Blah blah blah. Will return. Blah blah. Will return. It's like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, neat. That I'm assuming. Like basically, if we don't get a Doomsday teaser trailer this week. It is going to start to be like, what, are they still fucking filming or something?
Yeah, there is going to be a bit of a, what's going on? Because, this comes out in, like, less than 6 months, and there's been no trailer.
Yeah, exactly. We shall see. But yeah, I'd anticipate talking about some big trailers next week. You'd think Digger, for sure, Digger trailer's out tomorrow. So.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about what you guys have been watching.
Cool. Right. Have you watched anything solo, Bex?
No.
I haven't either.
We'll
We'll speed round a couple, because it's ones we've talked about before. So we rewatched Murder by Numbers, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
I fucking love Murder by Numbers.
Yes, you do. It's fun. It's a fun movie.
It's really good, and it's a really good cast.
Yeah. We also rewatched, I think my first watch for you, Striking Distance. With Bruce Willis. Did you fall asleep?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, cool. I rewatched Striking Distance with Bruce Willis. Striking Distance with Bruce Willis is really fun. It's like somebody's made a Giallo, but it stars Bruce Willis and it's directed by Roddy Harrington. So, yeah, it's really fun. Also, we watched Identity, didn't we? Which we watched quite a lot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Identity is great.
It is great. It is a really fun movie. And it is a really... I mean, it's wild, isn't it? That it's like 90 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a weird movie that is 90 minutes long, feels like it's 2 and a bit hours long, but you are never bored during it. It is an absolute case study of this is how you fucking pace a movie.
What I love about it is... It's twisty, but even once you know the twist, it's still so watchable.
Yeah, it is.
It's not reliant on that twist to be good.
No, like I say, once you you can still go back to it and rewatch it.
Because then there's value in like looking for the signs of it and stuff as well. So
yeah, you watched it going, that kid's a fucking prick.
That kid is a prick, to be fair.
Whereas before you were watching it going, that kid's a fucking prick, but for a different reason.
Yeah.
And then, what else have we watched? We watched Volcano, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A movie that asked the question, how much sexual chemistry do you think we can get with Tommy Lee Jones and Anne Hesh? And the answer is a fucking lot.
Yeah, weirdly.
Yeah.
They don't seem like, under normal circumstances, they'd vibe, but...
No, but yeah. But they do. Like, it's such a weird movie.
To be fair, though, I think this era of Anne Hesh could have sexual chemistry with a lamppost.
Yeah, you are watching it going...
Prime.
Yeah, prime. Like, she's magnetic to watch.
She is, yeah. Very sad.
Yeah, it is. And also has one of the, like, fucking most... That's just horrible death scenes in cinema with John Carroll Lynch.
Yeah.
Yeah, Volcano's underrated. It's a really silly but really fun, dumb action film. Like, disaster action movie. That came out in, like, the 90s when it was... You know, you've got elements of practical effects and elements of CG, but the CG's not... It's not... Don't get me wrong, it's not great, but it's not, like... It's not fucking... What's it? That Dwayne The Rock Johnson mummy rip-off one. It's not that bad.
I think we've come a bit full circle with CG. I think it was all right for a bit in the middle there. Like,
yeah, now it's a little bit ropey again, isn't it?
Yeah, like, it looks cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. You can see the strings a little bit again now, I think.
Yeah.
What else did we rewatch? We rewatched Tenet, didn't we?
Oh gosh, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I haven't logged any of these on Letterboxd.
Maybe you should.
I know.
Right. Tenet gets better every time I watch it.
Yeah, well, do you know what? I re-listened to last week's podcast. Just initially to listen to the bits that I'd missed. But ended up listening to all of it. I was like, this is going to be really fucking weird when it gets to my bit. And then I was like, oh, do you know what? Maybe my voice isn't that heinous. And then I was listening to it like, do you know what? She talks more sense than I thought. I was alright. I wasn't embarrassed by myself. It was great. Actually, we'll talk about it after. And you watched Tenet, didn't you, Ian? And you spoke about it on last week's cast. Mm-hmm. And because I said to you, didn't I, while we were watching it, if you think too hard about it, you start just getting really fucking confused. Like, you just have to go with the flow with it. And you basically said the same thing on the recording, and I was like, great fucking minds. You're like, no, I understand all of it.
I didn't say that. I said it's one of those things where it's actually not as difficult to follow as people say. I think you've just kind of got to go. It's actually not. People overcomplicate it by trying to follow all of it at once, and it isn't. You just basically you've got to go. The start is the beginning, and the beginning's the end. That's it.
Yeah. But it is. You have to keep the threads together. It's not one that you can watch.
I did watch it.
Casually.
Oh no, you can't.
You have to. It's a formal watch.
It's a formal watch.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's just
a banger,
it is, and it's that. Yeah. I still maintain that whenever people go on about Nolan and say the problem is all of his films lack heart, it's like, no, watch the end scene between John David Washington and Robert Pattinson, where they both know.
Patsy's so fucking pretty when he's got the right hair.
That they can't say what's happening. He can't tell him, and he can't tell him, and it's Johnny Washington's face of just, I need to tell him that he's going to die, but he knows he's going to die, and I want to tell him to not do it, but if he doesn't, the world ends.
Yeah.
Literally that. It is spectacular. That. It's, fucking just so pumped for Odyssey now.
Nice.
And we also we watched The Guilty, didn't we?
Yes.
Which version?
The Jake Gyllenhaal version.
Oh gosh, yes. Sorry. I was like, which one's the guilty? Which one's the guilty? Yeah, that's fucking good. Is that?
Yeah. I mean, it's just Jake Gyllenhaal shouting at people whilst trying to essentially like solve a crime over the phone. But then, right, and we're going to say it, all spoilers all the time. The Guilty's been on fucking Netflix for 5 years. If you haven't watched it yet, that's your own fucking fault. It's on you. But the moment where he realises that he's got it wrong and that Skarsgård isn't the bad guy, it's her, is just, oh, fuck.
It's weird as well, I said this to you at the time, it's got a bit of a cast considering that Jake Gyllenhaal's realistically the only one that you
pretty much see, yeah.
With,
yeah. Voice Ethan Hawke, Riley Keough, Paul Dano, Oscar winner Divine Joy Randall.
Yeah.
You know, Peter Skarsgård. 90 minutes long, absolute banger of a film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
And that's it for us for this week. Quite a lot, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, nicely done. Good shit, though.
I
Okay. Oh, sorry.
started replaying Resident Evil 9.
Oh, you haven't,
Yeah. Got to the halfway point.
Oh, yeah.
I've just got to the edge of Raccoon City. Fucking mint.
Ah, very nice.
Fucking-
So it's Leon time
yeah,
now.
it's Leon time. We're gonna shoot some stuff. We're not gonna like make squeaky noises whenever anything's scary. I killed that kid. That was great. Loved
Nice.
it.
Which kid?
Emily.
Oh, the big baby thing.
When,
Or... Oh, no. Yeah, sorry. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
That big fucking baby takes like quite a lot of those like hemolytic injectors to kill. Like I was just wondering, and you can't stab it in the front, so you have to sneak up on its ass. It's good. It's a fucking good game. It's so fucking good. My only issue now, because I've kind of, because work's been a lot this week. I've not really had a chance to play it. But I am at the start of the Leon bit where you're just going backwards and forwards between the different, like there's like the checkpoint, and then you're going into buildings. You've got to find things to make things, and there's a lot of like tracking over yourself, and
Yeah.
it's fun when you're in it, but the prospect of it's just a bit like, oof. So
I remember that section being a bit too tick boxy compared to like what had come before.
Yeah.
Like what had come before was like really driving the story forward, and then suddenly it's not exactly open world, but it's like, all right, there's just a bunch of shit I've got to do in this specific area.
yeah. But the thing is, once you get past that bit and into Raccoon City, it's fucking banging again. But I remember this bit being intriguing, like intricate, but just a bit of a slog. But you are rewarded by getting to ride a motorbike and shoot mutant wolves whilst riding a motorbike.
Fair.
So I'm into it. Oh, one interesting thing actually though, with regards to replaying once you've completed. So you don't seem to be able to collect your guns in the same way. So you know, like when you're going through it and you just like, here's a shotgun. Oh yeah, that logically would be lying there. You don't have that, or you don't seem to have that, unless I've just been playing it wrong. But you can, from the very start, buy back all of your guns from, his like tactical boxes that he uses once you get to the edge of Raccoon City.
Yes. Yeah.
They are dotted through the earlier part of the game as well, and you can go back in and just rebuy all your guns, like that you had.
Oh, so you're
doing
New Game Plus.
It's not. It doesn't present as New Game Plus on the menu. It just automatically does it to you. So unless you delete all your saves, I guess, and then maybe you could play it as like a normal new game. But it's just So like, when I was saying to you, I keep finding shotgun ammo, but I haven't got a fucking shotgun. Where's the shotgun?
Yes.
Well, that's why. And then the bit, you know, Ian, when you have to use the rifle to cover Grace when she's trying to get into that church and she's carrying Emily. He finds the rifle in the cutscene, and then the cutscene ends, and I'm like, right, rifle. And I got to the edge of the thing where you aim and shoot from, and I'm like, where's the rifle? It's not in my inventory. So I had to leave her getting attacked by zombies, run all the way back to the office because I thought I must have just not picked it up after the cutscene, and it just wasn't there. So I had to buy it. And that was the first time I realised that was the thing.
Bug.
It's a weird choice they've made there. But I mean, it does mean that you can have the more powerful guns all the way through, which, you know, great. But yeah, peculiar choice.
It just, if there's a bit in the story where it's like, right, we require you to have this now, then they just need to stick it back in your inventory. Like, obviously that doesn't make sense, but it also doesn't make sense that you just had a cutscene where you had it and now you don't. So hey,
yeah. But anyway, yeah. And I rewatched the trailer for OD today, the Kojima game, which made me really happy.
It's going to come out at some point. Who knows?
Will it? I'm still scarred from PT.
No, it will. Like, Microsoft just did a bunch of redundancy last week and closed a bunch of studios, but OD was safe, so I think you're all right.
Yeah. Just depends how long it takes him to make it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I imagine it won't be a Microsoft. It won't be an Xbox Game Studios production. I think it will be a Kojima production that Xbox just have dibs on for a bit. Like, I have the feeling it won't come to PlayStation 5 day one. You might need to get, like, streaming Xbox Game Pass for a month or something if you want to play it. But we'll see.
I mean, I can wait a month.
Well, I mean, it depends how long the exclusivity is. It'll probably be a year, but we'll see.
Yeah. I feel like it might... If it gets delayed too long, I'll be having to try and find a PC version of it or something.
Yeah, there's ways. I'll just say quickly as well, Donna and I finished season 1 of Widow's Bay, which is very good. Bex, have you started watching that yet?
No, we're still working through our Bones rewatch. We're kind of a little bit at the point where we hate watching it now, aren't we? Because she's become so irritating.
Yeah, that's it. You're watching it going, my God, this would not wash now.
No.
And it's not even that old.
This is straight up workplace bullying. You're a cunt.
You are a piece of shit.
Yeah. So, yeah. So that's next on the list, though, isn't it, Widow's Bay?
Yes.
We might have to take a sidebar.
We're too far in now.
We're still quite far from the end, though.
We've got 2 and a bit series to go.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about it when you guys get to it. But yeah, cool. It's good. So let's finish up then with Finding Emily, which is directed by Alicia McDonald and stars Spike Fern, Angry Rice, Cora Kirk, Prasanna Puwanaraja, and others. When a lovesick musician is given the wrong number for his dream girl, he teams up with a driven psychology student to find her. Together they spark a hilarious campus-wide frenzy that tests their own hearts and ambitions along the way. It's not a bad summary of it, I suppose. So, Finding Emily, you guys talked about it. You mentioned that you watched it a couple of weeks back. The last episode, I was like, I'm gonna watch it. I did watch it, so we're going to review it. Becky, Finding Emily.
It's just fucking delightful, isn't it? It's just like a really good, like a proper fucking rom-com. It's, it kind of follows the formula. There's chemistry, but they're both interested in other people, and then there's a bit of a fallout, and then, oh, look, they're in love. And we knew that the whole time, but they didn't know. So it does follow the rom-com formula, but it does it in such an interesting way. And the main guy in it is so damn charming. that you just find yourself loving him and like rooting for him. But it's just I think movies sometimes struggle with the digital age a little bit, whereas this one, it uses it in a way that I think a lot of films don't. Like it's just core to it, and yeah, I just think I just thought it was fucking mint. Like just really, really, really good. Angourie Rice is really good in it as well. She's quite sweet, although she's a bit of a knobhead with what she does.
Yeah.
But yeah, just really sweet, and she apologises. People do stupid shit, but he doesn't at any point. He's just a wholesome little guy.
That's what the key bit of it is he's all the bits that he does that make him a little bit, mate. It is because he's just like, he does even say, like, with the message them all, should I be doing this? Don't feel right. And she's like pushing him to it.
Yeah.
And then he does it, and it's like, oh, mate.
But he is just, and the bit where his brother's he's probably sat in a field crying and writing a song.
Writing a song
and
about
then
it.
it cuts to him,
Yeah.
sat in a field crying and writing
That
a
was
song.
good.
Yeah.
What did you think to it, Ian?
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm pretty much exactly what you said there, Bex. Very, very, very charming lead performances from Spike Ferns and Angourie Rice. Like Ferns, it almost felt like they just got a guy off the street, knocked him on the head, so he had amnesia, and then he said, like, and then it was like, right, you got to find this girl called Emily that you met. Like, he's so bloody naturalistic in this. Like, charming without even trying to be charming. That he, like, this character, it's a cracking performance. And Angourie Rice, real problematic shit that she's actually doing. Like you say, she's a bit of a knobhead, Bex, but it works. You know, it's interesting that it's the girl who has to make it up to the guy. You know, you don't necessarily see that every day.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, that's a nice little touch.
And I thought it played that out really well. I also liked the time they gave to, you know, like him and his brother and like their relationship, and then her and her roommate and whatnot. I like that stuff. I thought they added depth to the characters. I maybe could have done without like that student union president.
It felt a little bit. I agree on that. That felt a little bit like you're dealing with all of this really well, whereas that's the first person who feels like a caricature.
Yeah, and it like she doesn't really have an effect on the film at all.
No.
Yeah, there's the bit where she bursts into Minnie Driver's office, and it's like, look at this, and what did that actually lead to?
Yeah. I agree. She feels a little bit like she feels the most studio notes of the characters.
Yeah, and you know it's relatively long as it is, and you cut that character out of it, you'd shave off 10-15 minutes, and it would probably be better for it. But. Yeah, super charming. Great soundtrack, great sense of place as well. It's a very Manchester film, and that's cracking. And I was really taken with it actually. Yeah, Mark.
Yeah, and the same. It's like I said. I mean, I'm a sucker for rom-coms anyway. Absolutely. But it's I think charming is the right word for it. It deals with the way that he deals with. Every situation is just because he's permanently phased. he's almost weirdly unfazed by everything. He
Yeah.
deals with everything in such a naturalistic way.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
even when he's on like the podcast and everyone's saying don't do it, he deals with that situation really well. And then you've got the bit where he's like, I wrote a song about him, like, please give him a guitar. And at that moment, you're thinking, oh god, this is going to be horrible. And then the song's really good, and you're like, oh, didn't expect that. Fair enough. But then, but he gets, like you say, the charming bits, he gets the comedy bits, you get the feeling that, you know, he's just a nice guy, but not in like a nice guy way. There's no malice in him, and he's not an idiot. He's almost like it's just he's almost had to grow up too quick, and he's missed.
Yeah.
He feels like a character that is both. He's had to grow up too quick, but he's missed a part of his youth. So he's just kind of ended up a little bit lost. A little bit, and he's dealing with shit, but he's not able to kind of funnel it in the right direction for that. But then you've got the bit where, I mean, like you said there, he's so naturalistic at it. But
He feels so real. He feels
Yeah.
like a real person, not a movie character.
But then when he does sort of when he stumbles in on her room, you know, it's a perfect reasonable thing for him to just kind of like just want to just go in the room and just sort of see this person that he spent all his time with,
Yeah.
and then stumbles upon as a viewer. The whole point of rom-coms is you're seeing everything. You're seeing both sides, and you know where it's going. So you're piecing together these bits, but when you look at it, you're going, oh shit, don't go in there.
Don't go in the room.
Don't go in the room.
Don't go in the room.
Because you're going to see it all. But he plays it so well of just this,
Yeah, you don't kick off or anything.
he
It's just like
he just gets upset.
looking through the papers and like
He's piecing it together and he's like,
little face falls.
yeah, it's just
You
like,
just want to give him a hug.
yeah, it's just, why was I so stupid? There's that element where he doesn't get angry about it, he just gets upset about it.
Yeah.
And then, goes off and fucking cries in a field.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a really sweet film. It's going to be one of those, I think, that it's the closest thing that I've seen for a very new generation to the sort of things like the coming of age, but effectively rom-com adjacent movies that happened in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just really enjoyed my time with it. Like, you look at it going, I want to see what Alicia McDonald does next, film-wise. And I also think that, you know, Spike Fern, if he wants to, could go on and end up in a reality world of what should have happened if Sam Mendes wasn't just going for Hollywood with his Beatles things. Spike Fern would be playing one of the Beatles.
Yeah.
In the new Sam Mendes thing, but he just
That's interesting.
But Sam Mendes basically just went for who are the people that I can get now that are going to get me most interest now, but not necessarily when the films come out. And that would have been more interesting to have got really good actors that people don't know who they are, but instead you picked perfectly fine actors, but who people fucking know who they are.
Yeah.
I just get the feeling like that he's going to end up having a really good career, and then in 15 years' time he's going to get nominated for Academy Award, and people are going, yeah, he's been knocking out like really good stuff for like, what is it? A little bit like Stephen Graham now.
So
Yeah.
please just come out and fade off my radar so I can ignore that you ever existed about those Beatles movies.
Well, in a year's time, they're going to be everywhere for a month.
I'm 100% not paying to see 4 of them.
I am fascinated to find out how that's going to work. It feels incredibly cynical.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
This didn't, though. Definitely not shit. Great stuff.
Yep, definitely not shit.
100% not shit.
Our audience poll on that was... Again, the same. 50-50.
Wow.
Yeah, between definitely not shit and shit. That's really weird.
Had a lot this week. Yeah.
Every film. We unfortunately don't have questions this week. I think I put it out too late.
Okay, so I would like to just sidebar back into the question we were asked last week.
Oh, yeah.
So, obviously I listened to last week's podcast and I was like, actually I'll mention that on the next one. So, obviously we discussed the whole right-wing media thing in the wake of Citizen Vigilante coming out and being released for free on X. Yeah. Have you seen the Armie Hammer stuff from this week? Where he's like, I didn't know it was going to be that type of film, and then when I saw it all cut together, I was like, oh my god, this is an awful film, and I really regret making it.
But I'd still do another one.
But then, yeah.
And then, like, Bol has gone, well, he's in nearly every fucking scene in the movie, so if he's pleading ignorance, then he's just being disingenuous. And it's just Armie Hammer trying to do, like, 100% damage control.
Oh, yeah. It's my name's Armie Hammer, here's all my rakes.
Yeah. Yeah. Just crazy. Like, it's
the end of that article just being like, but if the money was good, he'd do another one. You know, it's just
that.
like completely invalidates everything else.
Yeah.
And it's like, surely you've not been cut off from the family money, Armie.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh dear. Bad choice from him. I don't get his motivation for putting himself back in the limelight after what happened.
Ego.
Yeah, there's just different mindsets in it. It's these people get this like they've been crucified persona going, and they're like, I haven't done anything wrong. It's the Kevin Spacey of it all. Like
it's I didn't actually eat anybody.
Well,
I've got all this. I didn't even get to eat somebody.
Prior to this, I was a little bit like, do you know what? This all does feel a bit kink shamey. And, who hasn't joked about being a cannibal?
So.
It felt a little bit like maybe we knee-jerked a bit too much on it. Possibly. In the absence of any firm evidence that he'd actually done anything that wrong, it did feel a little bit like, whoa, we just we as a collective totally cancelled this fucking guy and ruined his life. But now with this Citizen Vigilante thing and his backtracking on it afterwards, it's just made me think, do you know what, actually, yeah, fuck Armie Hammer.
I don't know, the coercive nature of the relationship with the girl feels a little bit... Like, he might have eaten her, if given a chance. Like, he might have.
There's the power imbalance situation in there.
If he was a normal guy with like a relatively normal job and it didn't involve like taking care of young people or something like that, then it would be like, it is too far and you would feel bad. This is Armie Hammer, son of the Arm and Hammer dynasty, who wants to be a popular movie star, but his proclivities probably preclude him from being the kind of person who can be the star of major movies, and I'm not going to feel that sorry for him about that, to be honest.
The thing there is, I think, had he maybe not come from lizard people stock, then there'd maybe be a little bit like, well, he's had all of this thrown at him, but there's a little bit of maybe that's just what he thinks of people, that all these people are little compared to me. Have you seen who I am? Yeah.
I mean, Uwe Boll, obviously a piece of shit as well, but do you know what? Fair play. My lead actor comes out saying, like, oh, I was ashamed by the film when, and it's like, you read the script, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you said the things and you did the things. It can't, like, a film apparently as hateful as Citizen Vigilante is gonna have some warning signs on set and in the fucking screenplay.
Yeah.
But he also said, like, he would have advertised cat food, you know, at the time. So, yeah. It's I don't know. It's a tricky one, but it's just like the dude was like the lead in Death on the Nile like 5 years ago. You know, he was a big fucking name, and he did some dodgy shit, which means he probably can't be a movie star.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know why you would do it to yourself, given how it went last time.
Ego and need to be just honestly, fuck anyone associated with that movie.
Yeah.
You know, I bet there's some people who are going who helped make it, who were just like the fucking lead joiner was like, it's just a job, mate. It's just a job. And maybe not fuck that guy, but for the people who probably don't need the money, yeah, fuck those guys.
It's the construction workers on the Death Star conversation in Clerks, isn't it? It's like one of those.
Absolutely.
Anyway, yeah, just wanted to make sure you guys had seen that because I found it quite amusing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what are we watching next week, guys?
All right. Well, we're off on an odyssey of our own. We're off to see the Odyssey in Manchester with Noel in IMAX 70mm, which is just going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
We'll do some recording of some sort. Who knows what, to be honest. You know, we're only going there for the night, so you know, we'll record what we can record. We'll do some stuff, I'm sure.
Yes.
And we will put it out there. And then I don't even know what's the week after, but we'll talk about it on the Odyssey show.
Yep.
Sorry, that was a bit of a unenergetic way to end. Really looking forward to the Odyssey. Looking forward to seeing you guys. And yeah, it's going to be fun. But I'm very hot and I think I need to go downstairs. Thank you very much for listening, folks. Thank you very much, Mark.
Thank you very much, Ian.
Thank you very much, Becky.
Thank you very much, Ian, and I apologise for my tardiness.
You should do.
You should, even though, you know, we talked about Evil Dead Burn, a film I'm assuming you still want to go see, but probably shouldn't.
yeah, Mark's showing me his Letterboxd rating, and I'm a little bit like, maybe not on my one day off before I'm back at work for the rest of the week.
Maybe not, mate.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Right, cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
See you
Bye.
then.